I'm Rachel Gottlieb Kalmowitz, and I am a proud member of the American Conference of Cantors. I decided to become a cantor because I was looking for something that had significance, something that would make a difference in people's lives. I had been living in New York and working as a professional singer, and I felt very replaceable. There was always someone else who could do what I was doing, who could be who I was for someone else. And as a cantor, it matters that it's me. It's not just that I have a pretty voice. It's that I am their cantor. I have a relationship with their family, and it makes a difference that I'm the one officiating at their simcha or at a funeral. And so it's about those relationships and the community that we've created. I love all kinds of Jewish music. I really believe that what is important is to have a variety of kinds of music as part of a service, because there's going to be something different that impacts each person. I want everyone in the congregation to have a moment that feels particularly special and uplifts them in their way. So for some people that will be congregational music where they're singing along and there's ruach and spirit all around. And for some people that will be a quiet moment, a meditative moment where it's just the cantor or just the cantor and the piano, or for everyone it's something different. So I like to offer a variety so that everyone has something that impacts them in that way. The first person who ever talked to me about the cantorate was Sam Adler. I was at Eastman School of Music, and I had a church job, as most of my friends did. And I was starting to feel like I wanted to find a Jewish outlet. Growing up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, I had never heard of a cantor. We had a very nice man named Asher who helped lead services, but he was definitely not a cantor. And certainly there was no professional choir or anything like that. So I went to Sam Adler, who was the head of the composition department at Eastman, and I said, "Is there such a thing as a temple job?" And he said, "Well, yes, there is." And he said, as a matter of fact, the cantor at my synagogue, which was Temple Brith Kodesh, is losing their cantor, Barbara Ostfeld, who is heading to Buffalo, and they're looking for an interim cantorial soloist. You should apply. So I did. I became their cantorial soloist and worked for them for 3 years. So starting back in 1990, I was in this field. And so Sam really started me on that path. Another significant mentor for me was Jeff Klepper. I assisted Jeff at High Holy Days at his congregation Beth Emet in Evanston, Illinois, for a number of years. And working with him and seeing the way that he connected with his congregation was a huge part of what I look to be as a cantor. Not just up there singing, but really connecting with my congregation and having my energy feeding the energy of the congregation, having the congregation's energy feeding me, and that cyclical experience, I think, is so much of what it means to be a powerful prayer leader. I am proud of the fact that although I had been in a congregation in a wonderful position for many years, that I took the opportunity to be a part of the first cohort of the cantorial certification program through HUC, JIR, DFSSM, and to continue growing. That I always want to be as good as I can be. I always want to continue growing, and I think that is the way we don't end up being stagnant. It's important to me to always be learning, to continue getting better at what I do, and to know your own weaknesses and acknowledge those, and instead of shying away from them, to move into them, to lean in and become a better person, a better clergy member, a better cantor. What I love about ACC conventions is getting to connect with colleagues. It is such an incredible joy to reconnect with people whom you haven't seen for a year, and it inspires me. Not only do I gain things from the workshops and from the services, but I leave here feeling inspired by what my colleagues are doing. And I think that that's mutual. I think we feed off of each other in these experiences, and it gives you an opportunity to take something back to your congregation, both the tangible, like a new piece of music or a new idea, but also it allows you to take back the joy and the community that we together form, this Reform Cantorate. And it's a really special experience.
Sun that you long for is hidden from view, and only the shadows remain.
So ACC membership has been something that I've been aspiring to for years. And as an associate member while I was studying, there was a certain sense of accomplishment. When I graduated last year, I really felt warmly welcomed into the ACC as a full member, and I feel proud of that. This year, I'm joining the executive board, and I want to help represent the conference in the broader Reform community. I want to make sure that we as cantors are seen as true colleagues and true clergy members, and that we also have the ability to be leaders when something difficult is happening in this country, that we want to be a part of it. We want to step up and say, this is what we believe. We have that capacity, and I want to help be a representative of the conference in that way.